Welcome, Patriots. I'm Laura. So I thought I'd come on here today. You guys haven't seen me in a long time. Different format. So I feel like I need to start throwing some information out there, maybe to get things rolling a little bit faster for, future events. So I'm going to go ahead and I've looked up some important things I think are important anyway that are in the news and maybe other things you haven't heard about that have been going on. So, first thing, so first thing I have here is 28 feared dead in plane crash in Russia's Far East. I hadn't heard about that until today, actually. And a sad state of affairs. I don't know what's going on with all these plane crashes that are happening. Maybe another wake up call, huh? So, Moscow, a plane carrying 28 people crashed Tuesday, apparently. It came in for a landing in bad weather in Russia's Far East, and everyone aboard was feared dead. Wreckage from an A-26 was found on a coastal cliffside and in the sea near the airport of the town of Polana. According to officials, the plane was on approach for landing in the fog and clouds when it missed a scheduled communication and disappeared from radar. Officials from the Kamchatka region said. Never ends, does it? I tell you. So let's see. I've also got some other stuff going on here. My mouse is being really stupid today. Very stupid, actually. Okay. Bear with me, folks. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. I think it's lost its mind. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to show you the same picture. So here we go. The second one here is okay. This one I found a little interesting. Okay, so bracing for impact, they say. Yes. This never ends either. So this has to do with the state of Arizona. We all know what's been going on there, right? So I guess MSN, and we all know who that is gearing up for what's been going on there and saying, oh, inaccuracies, incompetent at its best. Yeah, so it's been going on, as you know, for about 7 weeks or so. I've been doing all kinds of things trying to finish all this stuff up. And MSN is already setting it up for fail, as we knew they were going to do. Isn't that quite a surprise? Not really. So anyway, there's that. Yes. So let's go down here. This one is actually really interesting. So when Mr. T was still in office, he actually started this thing. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of it. It's called Interbearing LCC. He signed this bill while he was still in office on September 28th, 2020. Cross-border presidential permit, 1,500 mile, a $20 billion Alberta, Canada, Alaska railroad, Bering Strait tunnel pipe dream or game changer for the U.S., Russia, China ties. It's supposed to run eventually from U.S., Canada, Russia, China, Europe, International Railroad, they're saying it actually is really cool looking. And for some reason is not giving me the option to do a share. I don't know if you guys are seeing it or not, but it's very cool. And then I also found, along with that, in Canada, it appears they have already started it. So they have now got this rail line already working. Canada's federal government is officially moving forward with the plans to create new high-frequency rail lines between Toronto and Quebec City, shortening travel times by 25% on some routes as trains get the freedom to soar at speeds of up to 200 kilometers. The Minister of Transport, Omar Algaraba, formally announced the news during a press conference in Quebec on Tuesday, after hinting on Monday that Canada's high-frequency rail HFR project would soon increase reliability, frequency, and provide faster trips times and QC City 2 corridor. It's also, there's been a few tweets about it. All aboard today. I'm headed to Toronto to Quebec City on via rail for a major announcement. Tomorrow, join me for this ride and learn more about Canada's high-frequency rail. It looks really amazing. If you guys can or cannot see these pictures, I don't know for sure. Okay, let us go back down here and reopen. All right. Close that. Okay. All right. So here's something I found really interesting as well. Everybody that has anything to do with the 16+1 throughout the last year and a half, 2 years, or maybe longer, depending on how long you've been looking at all of this. There's a judge, again, orders a Q shaman, Jacob Chansley, to remain in jail pending a trial, rejects a bid for release to undisclosed secure location. If you don't know who this is and cannot see the picture, it was, by the way, reported by Adam Classfield on MSN. He who has embraced the post-arrest moniker 16+1 shaman is seen at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, 2021. And he had mugshots before that in February 4th in 2021. He was released, as I say, into a secure location with his family in Phoenix, Arizona. They are saying down below that it appears he needs to be in some type of counseling. I think they think he's a little off his rocker or something is kind of what it's indicating. Probably, of course, because of 16+1, and I don't know what else he's been up to. But yeah, I found that a little interesting. Another little thing I found very interesting. So here seems to be the most recent trend is going into space for these wealthy, interesting sorts. The most recent is Richard Branson. So I guess he now needs to try and beat Bezos into space. Seems to be the thing. So I'm going to play this for you. And hopefully it will decide to play again. Here we go.
In the New Mexico desert, billionaire Richard Branson's dreams are about to come true.
I always envisioned as a kid that a spaceship should look like this.
You did. You envisioned this when you were a kid.
I just thought that's how you should fly to space.
After nearly 2 decades of hard work and tragedy, Branson is about to launch to the edge of space, on a ship dubbed Unity, first carried by a mothership named after his own mother, Eve. So your ship drops from the bottom of that wing, you light the rocket, fire, and then you're off to the races.
3,500 miles an hour in 8 seconds, so straight up.
That's all. 3,008. Yeah, that's easy.
It's easy. It's going to be quite a ride.
Branson has wanted to go to space since watching the Apollo 11 moon landing. After building his Virgin Empire, he started Virgin Galactic with the dream of taking everyday civilians 50 miles high to the edge of space for a weightless experience and a once-in-a-lifetime view.
Wow, look at that view. Gorgeous.
At that moment, we will have become astronauts. I will pinch myself and pinch myself again and again.
You can't wait.
I can't wait.
It's taken 17 years to get here. In 2014, a tragedy struck when a test pilot was killed in a horrific accident. Now, after redesigns and safety delays, all systems are go for a Sunday launch. For years, 70-year-old Branson has been strenuously training.
I've managed to build some muscle so that my spacesuit, they realize they're going to
You're bursting at the seams here.
They're going to have to get me a bigger spacesuit.
And there's bragging rights. Another billionaire, Jeff Bezos, and his space company, Blue Origin, are also about to launch. When Bezos announced he would fly on July 20th,
Smoke and mirrors, right?
Change your relationship with this planet, with humanity.
Virgin quickly announced Branson would fly on the 11th, beating Bezos by 9 days. Is there a little competition with Bezos?
I know nobody will believe me when I say it, but honestly, there isn't.
In fact, he says the world needs both space tourism companies. Already, 700 people have signed up to ride on Branson's ship, some paying $250,000, including big names like Tom Hanks, Justin Bieber, and Lady Gaga. Joining Branson on
That's
this
gonna be
passenger
tough
test flight,
with some of those
3
people.
other Virgin employees.
Fire.
Now, all 4 are in their final training sessions for launch. I did the spinning cups at Disney World. Is that good enough to prepare me for this?
You look very fit, very healthy, and we would love to have you on board one day.
Oh, really? How soon? Because I'm up for it.
If I was you, I would just stow away. I mean, I've always dreamt of stowing away on something, and nobody's ever tried a spaceship yet.
So Branson is inviting me to stow away on his spaceship. I don't think my wife would go for it. Bottom line, FAA has approved Virgin Galactic for commercial passenger flights.
Okay, so some of the names he was naming, just my opinion, I think it's going to be pretty tough for them to go on any kind of space flight. I hope he got the money up front. That's just my opinion, however. So the last really cool story, I thought I would save this for last, for all you Mr. T supporters out there. So somebody did a road trip across the U.S. and they said 150 to 1, meaning that they found 150 Mr. T signs to 1 Mr. B sign going across the U.S., which they found very cool and amazing. So I thought I would share that with you. They actually drove from Virginia to Seattle back in June. Said that something was very peculiar across the country. Started counting Mr. T flags, signs, shirts, bumper stickers. Looked for signs to support Mr. B as we drove across the country. The quantitative analysis was undeniable. I stopped counting the signals of support for Mr. T at 150. For someone who supposedly received 80+ million votes, the silence was deafening. A grand total sum of one indicator of support for Mr. B was a triangular T-shirt. How can this be possible? Perhaps several things led to the outcome of this quantitative analysis. Maybe I'm biased and intentionally didn't count signs for life for Mr. B. Maybe Mr. B supporters are more sophisticated and reasoned and don't have to express support for Joe. Perhaps Mr. B supporters are environmentally focused and promptly took signs down to support and diligently process them for recycling to ensure a sustainable environment. Possibly my data collection was skewed by the path we took, and if we simply adjust our cross-country path, the numbers would have been radically different. My post-it on the outcome is impartial and focused on facts. I scan consistently to support for either president. Regardless of where the numbers and chips may have fallen, Mr. B supporters could not have been so efficient and locust-like in devouring their indicators of support to reduce their carbon footprint in such a timely manner. The path we took was random and changed several times during the journey, so the impassioned scheme, science-based outcome, and the numbers intuitive and logical. There's a clear takeaway from those interested in fact-based analysis from this counting exercise. There's strong and vocal support. Mr. T, the unanimous support for Mr. B. So there is that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed everything that I found for you guys today. I hope that you were able to see some of it. I'm going to have to figure out why this didn't give me the option to share anything. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you could maybe write any comments in the chat, I'm going to look into why it did not give me the share option. I don't understand that. But I'm new at this, so I will check into that. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July and a safe one. And I will be back tomorrow with another video. Where we go one, we go all.